Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. STEM research is back. STEM research is back. Hey, hey, hey. The original DJ J.U. Ice. What's up? D9 21. What's going on, DD? We're here. We're back. Song Tracks Essential Music. The building blocks of music are the stems or the master tracks. And that's what we dive through. We go through all of the instruments and the vocals because that is something that very few people are doing on the internet. Shag Nice, what up? Welcome back, man. Welcome to the feed. Welcome back to myself. Last night we were supposed to do a STEM research episode, but unfortunately got caught in a bit of traffic and I didn't get home until after 9 p.m., which if you're on the East Coast, you're saying, Mike Love, that's what time the show starts. But if you're in the Midwest, the show starts at 8. I couldn't go on because I would have been finishing at 11. And I want to do the songs justice and not run through them, not fly through them. Because if I start at 9, I'm finishing I'm finishing at 10 o'clock. So we going no breaks, like straight through, like all the instruments at once. Like, here you go. All right, here's the drums, bass, guitar, and all right, here's the vocals with the keyboard. Good night. Well, who are we rating? But I didn't want to do that. So, sometimes those between construction and accidents on the expressways of Illinois, it gets a little bad. So, we moved yesterday's show to today. Yesterday's show is not today's show. Actually, it is. Peace, everyone. I'm a fiend up in here. Elliot Range, thank you so much for joining us. Yep. It's a show that I've grown to love. Actually, not grown to love because I've loved it from the idea, from when I got the concept of doing it. But I've grown accustomed to doing this show 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So when a show doesn't happen, I'll get some text messages. What's going on, bro? I'll get messages. Shout out to Ms. Jatan who messaged me. Shout out to an exclusive. It's like, bro, what's going on? Where's the stemmy stems? I'm on the road. I can't do it. I have to. I was looking online for a solution for backup shows for, when something like that happens. And it's a pretty expensive not expensive. It's not expensive. Let's just say it's an expense. Normally online you can find a free version of everything. There's a free version of Spotify, there's a free version of YouTube. There's a paid version of both of those. There's a paid version of Restream, which is what I use to bounce these episodes to all of the different platforms. But when you start paying for them, that's when you get the goodies. So there is an option to upload episodes and just schedule them. And they play when you need them to play. And I was like, oh, that'd be nice. And it will be nice when I eventually subscribe to that. So for right now, all episodes of this show are available on my YouTube channel, which is Mike MFN Love. I should put that on the screen. Mike MFN Love. Mike Loves YouTube. There we go. Lower thirds and bam. There you go. Well, but that's in the way. You get the idea. So my YouTube channel is Mike MFN Love, and if you need to watch any episodes since November 1st, and that's been exactly 1 month, all of those episodes are up on my YouTube page, and they're also up on my Twitter for people who dabble in tweets like like Dragoon Knight, who shows love on Twitter and, likes and shares. Also, who else does that? Our girl D9 does, and DJ Circuit. So shout out to them. And DJ Circuit, shout out to you. I see that you are in the chat. Thank you for joining us. All right. Elliot Range, the original DJ JUI, Shaggy Nice. We got everybody. All right. All right, let's dive right in, shall we? We are going with the funk. It is an all-funk show tonight. It is, I was like, do 3 white groups of funk. That would be cool. You know, I'm always looking for a theme or, something interesting. But I found 2/3 of the stems are funky white boys and Ohio players. It don't get no blacker than those guys. So we will start out today with Average White Band. And it's so funny because these groups, you're just quick to put the in front of their names. The Average White Band, the Ohio Players. And there is no the there. It's just Average White Band is the name of the group. But when you're introducing them, ladies and gentlemen, it's like if you put the in front of Average White Band, it's like you're really calling them an Average White Band. This is the Average White Band, and they're nothing close to average. I mean, these are the guys that brought you Cut the Cake, Schoolboy Crush, the song we're playing tonight, Pick Up the Pieces, If I Ever Lose This Heaven. What did they remade Work to Do, and Love of My Own, Love of Our Own, Love of My Own from their 4th album, the album after Cut the Cake. So you got the White Album, which is what I call AWB. We had, when I think back to albums that we had from Average White Band, we definitely had the White Album, which is AWB, with Person to Person. Oh, Person to Person. Person to Person is like, man, it's a real battle between Schoolboy Crush, Person to Person, and this song that we're playing tonight, Pick Up the Pieces. Pick Up the Pieces is just an incredible instrumental. It just is so 70s. It's so synonymous with something 70s. It feels like, there's so many funk instrumentals and just so many instrumentals that went number 1 in the 70s. I think the 70s is the era, the decade for instrumentals. Whether you're talking Love's Theme or Fifth of Beethoven, you can go on and on and on. Like, there are many, many number ones, like number 1 pop hits in the 60s too. But there were a lot of records that went number 1 that were just instrumentals. This song is one of those songs, Pick Up the Pieces. It not only went to number 1 on the pop chart, surprisingly, it didn't do as good on the black chart. And as far as I'm concerned, this song's black. Average White Band is the blackest white band I ever heard. And I love their music. I'm a big fan. If you have not checked it out, their live album is on streaming services, and they have some of the best versions of their songs. Shout out to my guy L Genius that was like, no, the live version of Schoolboy Crush is better than Schoolboy Crush. I was like, fam, nothing's better than Schoolboy Crush. He's like, oh, but it is. And I listened, and it's so cool because they start out with the guitar. The and then it's like, and it's like, you can't fade that. Like, you cannot fade. You cannot take anything away from live audience response to a song. Schoolboy Crush was a single, but it was not Pick Up the Pieces. Schoolboy Crush is, I'll never forget, I was doing an old school radio show on Sunday on the first FM radio station that I worked for in Milwaukee. And I played Schoolboy Crush on the show. And I'll never forget my program director at the time. This had to be like 89. He was 1989. He was 89. It was 1989. He was like, "What was that song you were playing with the sleigh bells?" he was white. He was white, but he was from San Diego. Like I was like, bro, Schoolboy Crush. So I think that was the day that I learned that, and Buddy was from radio. Like he was a radio guy, and he didn't know Schoolboy Crush. So that was the day that I learned that Schoolboy Crush and Cut the Cake. Please, those were black people songs made by white people, and we are going to cover a couple of those. Our second one, of course, will be Wild Cherries Play That Funky Music. Let's see. What do we got here? A little less funky, but funky because of horns. I haven't seen El Genius in a minute. Well, shout out to him. I know that he was posting. I don't. I haven't seen him post in a while, but he's on IG now. He's mainly on IG posting 45s and pictures of himself going to work at Guitar Center. That's my guy. MC Marcus Chapman, Schoolboy Crush didn't do that well on the singles chart because Black Radio played it as soon as the album came out. Yep, exactly. Like the day that I found out, I was like, oh, this was a single? Like that was a big album cut. Thank you, Marcus Chapman, for that input. Very, very, very true. That was a big black record. Like from the time the album dropped, we were like, and then it went like the album literally went from Cut the Cake. Like in my mind, I can hear because we had the 8-track tape and we rolled around with that all the time. So it went from Cut the Cake. Dun, 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 cut the cake, please. Dun, 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 dun. Like it goes straight into. There's no pause. Normally, there's the pause between songs, like 3, 4, 5 second pause. There's no pause. It goes straight into it. And they made some great songs, man. They really made songs that spoke to people. Like Schoolboy Crush is a record that I could relate to as a child. I was a kid who didn't have a Schoolboy Crush in their days. As far if you were a boy, maybe you had a schoolgirl crush if you were a girl, and maybe a woman should have remade the song for you. So let's dive into the greatness that is Pick Up the Pieces from their second album. Their first album did not do well. It did not fare well, but just like labels do when a second album blows up. And the first album is trash, they reissued the first album, put a brand new cover on it, slapped it on there, put it out there. Didn't do much of anything either, but, just to let people know, hey, these guys had a whole album before this. And like I said, I chose Pick Up the Pieces tonight just because it's just a quality 70s funk instrumental. Even without the vocals, because we'll listen to it first without the vocals, so you can just kind of throw in the little pick up the beat. Like there's just a couple of chants, but even the chants on this song are really cool, very Kool and the Gang-esque. The record. I love this record, so I think it's a great record to start out with. So let's jump into it, shall we? Wait, let me change my screen. Let's change the screen first. Mike Love. There we go. We still got Mike Love's YouTube channel up there. There we go. Pick Up the Pieces by the Average White Band. A bunch of guys. I remember picking up their album cover like, who? Malcolm Duncan, Alan Gorey, Ani McIntyre, Amish Stewart. Like, oh my God, the most Irish names ever. Robbie McIntosh, Molly Duncan. Like, they were, oh my God. I was like, these guys, you gotta love it. Like, the most Irish of all Irish names. Like, just, just Ireland, but shit. You cannot deny their music. So let's dive into that music, the undeniable funk of the Average White Band. or average white band. Such a groove, man. Timeless. It's like a little James Brown. Matter of fact, a lot of James Brown, because the JBs and James Brown went in and did their own remake of this song. Pick up the pieces one by one by the average black band. James. So James really felt like, yeah, y'all kind of stealing our sound. And it went number one on the pop chart. So in 1974, I didn't know anything about appropriation. I didn't know anything about appropriation, so it was just a groove to me, and it still is. These guys still get a pass as far as I'm concerned. Scotland's northern villages. Soul scene was pretty robust given proximity to northern England, and disco thrived in the country, especially in small towns. Hamlet's legacy is also informed. Come on, Eastern 001 with the class. My stimulators are stimulating tonight. MC Marcus Chapman, Eastern 001, thank you. Love this. Hey, that wasn't supposed to be in there. That was vocal. Boys got it in. Oh, come on, drummer. Robbie McIntosh died of a heroin overdose in 74. His last album that he would play on. Steve Ferrone replaced him in 1975 for the Cut the Cake album. Sing it to yourself in your head. Guitar's killer on this. Lead guitar. Y'all know I love my cold endings. I love cold endings. Bro, I love cold endings. Like that's just, there's something about when a song like that just reminds me of old school radio, where the DJs waited until the song was over and then they talked. Oh, I hated that about GCI-esque radio, where people talked over the ends of a song that ends cold. Don't do that. That song ends cold, and you're talking over my favorite part. Whether they're singing or it's just, I don't care if it's instrumental like that. I don't want to hear any talking until that's done. Don't Joe Soto that song up. Okay? Shout out to Joe Soto. He's a good guy. He'll talk. He'll talk over a song though. He don't give a fuck. He's old school. All right. That wasn't shade. It's just the truth. All right. Let's kick in with the drums. Drums, as I said, courtesy of Robbie McIntosh. Let's let him eat the whole rip. Let's go. Steve Ferrone, a.k.a. the Black Englishman. Yes, sir. Simsay08 agrees. I hated it too. Thank you guys for agreeing. I was thinking of Joe Soto too. I love that nigga, but he will talk over a fucking song, boy. I had a conversation with Joe. This is Chicago radio. Chicago radio conversation for those of you who are like, who is Joe Soto? We were talking about song intros, and he's the kind of guy that salivates if he sees like Taste the Honey Boogie Oogie Oogie or GQ Disco Nights. Like him and Ski, that means I get to talk for a minute and 15 seconds. No, it doesn't, man. Kill me with that. Kill me with that, please, Mr. Postman. I'm not talking to the post. Marcus Chapman's a postman too. I see you, MC. He's not gonna talk over a minute and 15-second intro though. I hope, but you know, no shade intended. You know, I love all my guys, man. You know, I just have a different level of respect for the song, bro. Like I love these songs. Like, you don't have to talk over the whole intro of Boogie Oogie Oogie. Like, what are you doing? Like that. Don't have to talk over the whole intro of Disco Night. That's some good musicianship, bro. I don't need to hear a caller over that. Hey, Joe, I'm down here in Texarkana. Listen to you on iHeart. You're doing a good job. I'm talking about this because I was listening to V103 yesterday, and it was like I was like in a time machine. I was like, is this a current show or is this something from 12 years ago? Because it's literally the same thing. Okay, now it's going into shade mode, and I don't mean that. I don't mean to be shady because I got love for all of my guys. I'm just passive aggressive. I'm my mother's son. I'm just passive aggressive. All love to all parties. All love, man. Shag Nice agrees with me, and he's a radio guy. All right, we working the drums, man. I love this. This is quality drumming. This is high quality drum work. As much as I talk, I'm gonna talk about people talking over the music, and that's all I do on this fucking show, right? Like, bro, that's all you do on this show is talk over music. That's all you do on the Old Man Rap Show is talk over music. How dare you? I'm not talking over your favorite part, though. Robbie McIntosh is getting the fuck down, bro. He is snapping. Whoa, hold on. We never stop drums. I'm taking it back, bro. He is absolutely killing it. Again, dissecting the elements of the song, the DNA of the records, the things that made these records great. Let's start here with Robbie McIntosh. Those drums are mic'd beautifully. Ooh! Okay, pick it up. These drums sound incredible isolated. That's why STEM research exists. Plus, I put a little reverb on. He fucked that up. He fucked them drums up. It's a family show. It is a family show, and yet I'm cussing. Forgive me. All right, we're saving the bass because we're going straight to the bass because we would normally go to guitar because the guitar is so prominently important in the song. As much as I love S.T.E.Ms, I respect the drummer that has his headphones turned up to 11. Turn those headphones up. What was that? Chappelle? Alan Gorey on bass. Dragoon Knight, welcome. Gil Knight, thank you for joining us. Yeah, the bass, Mr. Majors, isn't what makes this song. It's the horn and the guitars, absolutely. I was going to go straight for the guitar, but that would just be me geeking out because I want to hear the guitar so bad. But we'll let the bass player eat. Yeah, the bass is just a complementary piece to the greatness that is all the other parts. Get down. Let the singers, let the backgrounds. Let's see if he does anything incredible. He's just grooving, you know? All right. I'm impressed, but I'm more excited to play other parts of this record. So, so let's move on to the guitars. Thomas Stewart on lead guitar. Ani McIntyre also on guitar. Ani. Oh, so Irish. Scotland. Ireland, Scotland, I'm sorry. Get it right? Scottish. Just intrigued with album covers, man, and the information on the albums. Just sat there and read them for hours. Quality guitar work here. Always concentrating on the horn, so I never heard this. But I did hear that. Love it. I like the way they trade off. But That's that main guitar. That's what drives the song. That rhythm guitar is cool, but that lead guitar. Kind of I know you got soul. That's why James Brown is pissed. Stole my record. Come on, James. James Brown, you stole fame, gave it's your own name, and didn't credit the original writers or performers. What are you doing? Come on, guitar is a bass. Love it, love it, love it. Come on, Amish. Such a groove. Jump around. Oh. Giving you the guitars, lead and rhythm guitar on this take. Nice. My cold ending. Marcus Herb can't talk over the end of Flashlight. You don't talk over that. Everybody's got a little light under the sun. You don't talk over that. What are you? Oh, man. Pet peeve. I didn't get into radio. I don't know. It's like people that love music got into radio. But not everybody that got into radio loved music. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Extras. This has got to be the horns and all the other good parts. Organs and horns. Horns. Okay, the guitar's on this track too. Okay. You just heard guitars, but okay. All right. All right, who's on horns? Molly Duncan on tenor sax. Michael Brecker on tenor sax. Randy Brecker on trumpet. Marvin Stamm on trumpet. Mel Davis on trumpet. Glenn Ferris on trombone. Whole horn section of the album. Those are not the credits for this song. Those are the credits for this album. All right. So the horn players are probably an amalgamation or pieces of that group of people who I just named. Shalicer, thank you for joining us. Welcome to class. We're picking up the pieces one by one without the JBs. Horns. Organ. Oh, snap. Sax solo. Clarence, we see you. That's my favorite part of this record. I mean, it's the parts. That's the parts. Every song has one. If it's a good song. You in my name, if you don't say it that way, then I know something is wrong. You know. You're not Shalice. You're not Shalice R. You're Shalicer. That's what I was calling you from the jump. You're like, bro, it's Shalice R. Like, there's a whole capital R there. Organ. Horns. Pick up the pieces. I like the sound of that. I like that. Big finish. That's just cold, man. It's a cold record. Is cut the cake colder? No. Is person to person colder? Maybe. Or as cold? Nah. But like I said, my top three from them. But they tried it with Cut the Cake. They tried to make that, pick up the pieces with words. And they did their thing. Man. All right. There's not a lot of vocals on this song. If you listen to the record, you know. But we have to be as completists. And that's what we are on the show. We will play the short little vocal snippets of crowd participation on this song. All right. And that's some of the best parts of the song, to be honest. Background vocals by the band.
Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. All right. Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. Woo!
They sound so much blacker with the music. They sound like a bunch of Scotsmen, a bunch of old hardy Irish boys. Like, let's play that again.
Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. All right. Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. Woo!
All right. Now let's do all of that with music. All right. Why not? All that with music.
Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. All right. Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. Woo!
Man, they sound way blacker. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. All right. Let's go back to the horn solo because it's the part. Come on, sax. Like, he knew. Bro, he knew. Like, like, fam, you're snapping. You're snapping hard. Like, he had to give it up. He had to give it up in the studio, man. Now let's solo him. Yeah, he knew. Let's go back. I'm gonna play that horn solo one more time. Such a 70s sax. heart, bro. All right, let's go to the end. Let's go to the end. Let's finish this up. All right.
Pick up the piece. Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces.
I don't know. They were singing it.
Pick up the pieces.
Pick up the motherfucking pieces by Average White Band. That's just a jam, man. That's good music. I'm just an old soul, bro. I'm just the old man up in here playing stems. And not only am I playing stems, I'm playing some of my favorite songs and some of the best songs of all time. I was like, I got all these funk stems. I've been like disco. Let's get some funk on here. One of my guys hit me with some Parliament stems. I don't have them yet, but he was like, the clones of Dr. Funkenstein album cuts. I was like, bro, where the fuck is like where are the hits? Like, okay, all right. So y'all know every now and then I get into like STEM research is not just about the stems, but it's about the culture, right? Tenor sax, you can hear the accent. He's killing it. So STEM research is about the music. It is about the players. It is about the people that sing on the records, that play on the records, where the records are recorded. But it's also about STEM culture. And STEM culture is, where does this shit come from? Where do I get them? How do I get my hands on stems like that? The funk stems that I've been playing for the last week, those are readily available online. Like, those are like old, but I was like, I need to play these because these are great songs. It's not, I think sometimes with me, I get caught up into the 16, 24 tracks and being able to, background lead vocals. But if you ain't got all that shit, it's still a great record. So my point with this whole thing was my STEM Connect, because this is STEM culture, reached out to me, and he was like, he's like, man, I got some funkadelic stems. And I was like, oh, really? Funkadelic. Okay. Shit. Let's see what you got. So he's like, I got Everything Is on the One and Getting to Know You. And I was like, so, I did my due diligence, and I was like, bro, those are not funkadelic. See, here's my problem. You say funkadelic, I'm thinking funkadelic. Some people view Parliament and funkadelic as one entity. People like Marcus Chapman and I, we know they're different. They're separate. Doc B, they're different. Funkadelic initially on Westbound, Elliot Range, everybody that knows, I'm just throwing a few names out. People that I know that are hands-on into the culture of the music. The stuff on Westbound is like acid funk, soul, rock shit. Like deep. Like it was inaccessible. That shit was not black radio accessible. As a matter of fact, I didn't become a fan of Westbound Funkadelic till later. I couldn't digest it. Once they got on Warner Brothers, I was like, okay, now we making hit records. Kind of like the difference between Westbound Ohio Players and Mercury Ohio Players. We're here to make hit records, not to make albums with your head buried in the dirt and you got an afro and your mouth is open. No, don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. Hardcore Jollies is the last of that. Hardcore Jollies is like the album that leads into like, all right, we'll give you a little pop. Okay, and everything after that is pop. My point is, bro, don't tell me it's funkadelic when it's Parliament. And I was like, okay, if you've got those songs, where's Dr. Funkenstein? Because guess what? those are all in the same sessions. That's from the same album. Where's Gaming on You? Where's Dr. Funkenstein? Where's Do That Stuff? I was pissed off. Like, don't come to me with, like, I'll do Everything Is on the One. I'll do Getting to Know You. Was it Getting to Know You? It was Everything Is on the One. Yeah, Everything Is on the One. And one of the songs is sampled, like a big sample, like Gangsta or something. And I was like, bro, where's Dr. Funkenstein? It's like, see if that's available. It's just the whole game, the whole S.T.E.M's game is shit. All right, moving on. So I just wanted to share that. So Parliament S.T.E.M's on the way. Like, fam, where's the whole clone? The clones? Oh, God. We're going to get into it, man. Let's talk about Wild Cherry. Play That Funky Music, which is a great song. It's no Pick Up the Pieces, because Pick Up the Pieces is a song that opened the door for a group, and they ran through and they were like, we are funk. We are from, this is where we're from, but this is how we play, and this is how we get down, and we'll continue to make great records. Wild Cherry didn't do that. They have one U.S. top 40 hit. That song went to number 1 on the black chart and the white chart. It's called Play That Funky Music. I don't even want to say it morphed into like this white thing, or like it isn't about black or white. It's just about the song, and the song went to number 1. And we had this album when I was a kid. For one, like, that's how big songs were. You bought an album. My parents didn't buy 45s. They bought albums. If they like a song on the album, they're like, I might like the rest of the album. If they like I remember we had the People's Choice album with Boogie Down USA with dum 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 dum. Do It Any Way You Wanna. We had that album. That's the only song I remember from that album. We had that album. My parents did not buy 45s. Kids bought 45s in my house. We went to the 45 section. The kids, like, go get y'all some records. We record shop with my parents, man. We record shop with them. We didn't start getting albums. We couldn't even choose our own albums till like 78, 77, 78. Anyway, Wild Cherry, Play That Funky Music. Let's look at the list of funky white boys and what this whole song is about. This song reminds me of my own personal prejudice, right? I hate to admit it, but I am prejudiced, and this song the hook of this song, Play That Funky Music, white boy, reminds me of that prejudice, because I simply think back to 1978 and the Player of the Year album from Bootsy Collins. And all these brothers are on the back of the cover. I talk to Marcus Chapman about this all the time. He knows this story. And there's this white guy, Rick Gardner, in the corner. And 1978, I'm 12 years old. And I said to myself, every time I tell this story, I say the same thing. I would hold up that album, and we took the glasses out of the middle because we were kids. You didn't leave the glasses. You can find the glasses in the record store. You know, God bless the people that kept the album together, and, you know, the glasses are in there. As far as we were concerned, you were supposed to walk around the house with those glasses. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get the Player of the Year album from Bootsy's Rubber Band. So this white guy in the corner, Rick, who plays trumpet, I remember thinking in a very prejudiced way, that's got to be the baddest white boy in the country on the trumpet, period. Because the black guy, every black guy on that album, and Marcus Chapman will back me up on this, all of my Funketeers will back me up, everybody had a nickname. Every single person on the back of that Bootsy album cover had a nickname, except for Rick Gardner. I was like, that MF is he's so good he doesn't have a nickname. No, I take that back. Maceo Parker, but his name's like Maceo. Maceo and Fred Wesley didn't have nicknames. All right, so those three didn't have nicknames. But everybody else had a nickname. In the 70s, if you play funk, you had a nickname. Bootsy is a nickname. Catfish is a nickname. Cash and Kush. Those cats. But not Maceo Parker. Nope. I was like, fucking Maceo. Maceo's with Bootsy. It was just the greatest shit, bro. The 70s was the shit. Fred Wesley is with Bootsy. And Rick Gardner, who I had never heard of. But I was like, that's a bad white boy, whoever he is. I want to show you guys this thing I put together. There he is, Rick Gardner. Oh, man. Like, come on. Just one of the baddest trumpets players, played with the Horny Horns, played with Parliament, Funkadelic, or Parliament, I should say, because there I go. I can't be calling him Parliament Funkadelic. Just in the corner by himself, man. That just used to just warm my heart as a prejudiced little kid. But I will say again that seeing a picture of Rick Gardner on the back of that album just reminded me of all the funky white boys, the Bobby Eli's of the world, the John Robinsons, the Ed Greens. God, who else? I mean, the list goes on and on, of white guys that played with black guys and held their own, playing funky music and were respected as such, right? Yeah, man. So play that funky music. Yeah, Ed Green. I sent the shout out to Ed Green, man. Ed Green and John Robinson. John Robinson is not a funky drummer, but he played on Off the Wall every single song, and he played with Rufus and Shaka Khan. So I thought he was a brother for you. I was like, John Robinson, that's a brother. Nope. Anyway, but my prejudice aside, I could really feel the hook of this song, because that's what black folks do. We be shocked. We like that motherfucker is jamming. That white boy is killing it. So shout out. This song is dedicated to all the bad white boys throughout the history. Joe Messina, Funk Brother, Bob Babbitt. I forgot about old Bob, good old Bob. Lee Oscar, yes. Again, and thank you guys for adding your own personal picks of your favorite funky white boys, because they are out there. I wonder why they didn't pick up Rockin' Rick, because they called him that. I may ask him on Facebook. Yeah, I was listening to an interview with him. He was just talking about the old funk days, man. Gotta love that shit, man. Gotta love it. So, Wild Cherry, one hit, and that's it. But it's a great record, man, and it reminds me of my own personal prejudices, but it also is an homage by a group of white boys to funky white boys everywhere. We salute you. So this song is going out to you. This one's for you. Let's dive into it. Play that funky music from the not so average white band, or the extremely average white band, Wild Cherry, from 1976. Props to Lattimore for making There's a Redneck in the Soul Band. Note to self, I gotta look for that song. The White Boy and Rick James Band, right? Roderick, thank you. That's really what we called him. Like, I don't know his name. The White Boy and the Stone City Band. And they were, like, you had to be the baddest guy in the group. Not in the group, but like you, to get those brothers respect. Come on, man. Shout out to Rick Gardner. and all the funky white boys that played with brothers and was just that guy in the group. Monty Moore, yes. That's Tom McDermott on guitar. Come on. Okay. Not the mayor of the mayor of Hammond, Indiana. Oh, just kidding. The white boy I F with currently is Tony Joe White, funky guitar MF. I promise to cut back on my cursing, even though I've cursed to the blazes on this show. Very interesting point, or somewhat interesting point. DJ Emmanuel, thank you for joining class tonight, sir. One of the S.T.E.M gods. You missed AWB, bro. You missed your song. It was first out the gate. There's a version, there's one story, and I forgot to pull it up. There's a version of this song that they took White Boy out of the song. It was released on a compilation in like 1990. And I meant to pull it up because I wanted you guys to hear it. The White... Send a shout out to your favorite funky white boys in the Stimulators chat, please. We got some Tony Joe White running. Let DJ Emmanuel know what we're looking for STEM-wise on this show. He is let's just say he's connected. He's connected. Let's just say he's got Tom Moulton's cell number in his phone, all right? If that ain't plugged, I don't know what plugged is. If that ain't plugged, I don't know what plugged is. He has Tom Moulton's cell phone number. Tom Moulton is 81 years old. Old man. I gotta give you your props, man. Give you your flowers. Our time today, shout out to Noriega. We gotta give flowers. Let's give flowers where flowers are due. As the saying goes, give me my flowers while I'm alive. Don't wait and bring me flowers after I'm dead. Give me flowers while I'm alive. DJ Emmanuel, thank you for all you do. White boy in the original Barcades. You're welcome, sir. Nice ending. They got all the cold endings on these stems, man. All right, space that in there and close that up. All right, let's start with the drums because that's where we always start on this show. All right, let's see how funky the drummer was on Play That Funky Music from Wild Cherry in 1976. Drummer is Ron Beadle. Beitle. Vital. Hard to say with those middle Midwestern names, bro. It's like, serious, man? What kind of name is it? Emmanuel has the disco records. Yeah, he does. He does, bro. Drums are kicking in this. Solo, the drums are it's quality drum performance. In the hook. This is 1976, man. So this is the heart of the disco era, and they dropped the funk bomb, went number one. I mean, if you're gonna have a number one song, this is the kind of number one, a 2 million seller. If you're gonna have one hit, this better be the one hit. So around 1989 or 90, there's a compilation on Priority Records. And there's the only known version of this song that takes White Boy out of the song. It edits it out, but it's like a studio edit. It goes like, play that funky music, hey! Like, I literally found the CD because I had to have it. I was like, is this an offensive song? Like, if you heard it today, you would say to yourself, oh, our culture of music, we're just way too woke. Like, we're way too woke. Did they really take the white boy out of Play That Funky Music, White Boy? They did it in 1990. I don't know why it was done, 89 and 90. But it's on, like I said, it's on the Priority Records compilation. I found the CD on Discogs. I was like, I gotta get this. I remember asking DJs, and nobody had heard it. I was like, man, have you? And like my diggers, like L Genius. I was like, man, have you ever heard this version of Play That Funky Music without the white boy? Like, they don't say white boy in it. And he was like, nah, man. I was like, it was like a pop radio thing. But it's only on this compilation that came out in 89 or 90. So it must have been like for old school white radio stations that felt like that was offensive. And our station was one of the stations, my station in Milwaukee, that played it. And I was like, if y'all don't get this version, if y'all don't get this out of here and pull I got the 45 at the crib still from 76. Mama let me buy it. Like, what are you doing? So, no, it was that's Rodney King. Elliot Range is class clown, ladies and gentlemen. 89, 90 is pre Rodney King. That's a good one. Come on, drummer. Okay. He's getting it in, man. There was a whole fourth drum track. Sorry. This is another song that is carried by the guitar, but the drummer, as we find out in STEM research, did work. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's get to the guitar. Let's bring some other instruments in. Bass, very complimentary. We now have horns. Just the bass. Alan Wentz on bass. No relation to Carson. Somebody turned around and shouted, that black gentleman in the back. That's who shouted it. Black people were so prejudiced in the 70s, man. Like, dude took a prejudiced moment from a night at a club and made a #1 hit out of it. Come on, guitar. Hold on, we gotta back that up. I'm sorry. That's a quality guitar solo. Talked about the No White Boy version when VH1 did 100 Greatest One-Hit Wonders. Conversation sounded like that version was done in 76 because certain stations wouldn't play it. Good shit. Thank you for that, Marcus. Well, whoever found it, I wonder if that's on like a promo 45 or something. I gotta get my Discogs on. Because guess what? If they made that version for stations, then it's out there. Just like all those random Manhattan's versions that they made for taverns. Did you guys know that the Manhattans, the Kiss and Say Goodbye Manhattans, they used to make promotional jukebox only X-rated versions of their songs where they were just cussing up a storm, like Kiss and Say Goodbye, but the talking in the beginning is like some pimp shit. It's like, I was like, man, taverns in the 70s was the shit. They have those versions on some of their greatest hits compilations that they put out lately. If you've never heard these versions of their songs, I implore you to go listen to some expanded version of Manhattan's albums on Apple Music or Tidal or Spotify or whichever version you listen to. You need to get them, bro. They're hilarious. All right, let's get to the vocals. Let's jump right in. Let's keep it going. One of the all-time great #1s, Funky song. All right.
Hey, do it now. Yeah, hey.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, they are.
Hey, once I was a boogie singer, playing in a rock and roll band.
had no problems, yeah. Burning down the one night stands.
Elliot Rage, you heard him too?
Then everything around
Oh my
me.
God. Those
Yeah.
days are the best. Come on.
Got to start to feeling so low. And I decided quickly, yes I did,
To disco down.
to just go down and check out the show. Yeah, they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music right. Play that funky music, white boy. Lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die. Till you die? Yeah. Yeah. I tried to understand this. Yeah. I thought that they were out of their minds. How could I be so foolish? How could I? To not see I was the one behind. So still I kept on fighting. Well, losing every step of the way. Hey, what'd you do? I said I must go back there. I got to go back and check to see if things still the same. Yeah, they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, play that funky music, white boy.
Who knew this song had a cowbell?
Play that
Cowbell.
funky music, right.
I didn't.
Play that funky music, white boy. Lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die. Till you die? Yeah. Oh, till you die. Gonna play some electrified funky music. Yeah.
This is such a white rock band does a really good funk cover. Like pulling back all of the elements. I'm like, oh, he's a rock guy.
Hey, wait a minute. Now, first it wasn't easy. Changing rock and roll and minds. Yeah, things were getting shaky. Yeah. I thought I'd have to leave it behind. Oh, but now it's so much better. It's so much better. I'm funking out in every way. But I'll never lose that feeling. No, I won't. Of how I learned my lesson that day. When they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, play that funky music, white boy.
It's the white Johnny
Play
Guitar
that
Watson.
funky music, right.
Don't disrespect Johnny Guitar like
Play
that.
that funky music, white boy. Lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die. Till you die? Yeah. Oh, till you die. Yeah. Come
Everybody.
on, they shouted, play that funky music. Play that funky
What?
music.
There's a black guy in the
Play that
band
funky
when they perform this
music.
live.
You got to keep on playing funky
'Cause
music.
I remember him
Play that funky music.
twirling his
Play that
trumpet on his
funky
finger,
music. Play that funky music. Gonna take
which is
a
always
ride
really cool to
on.
watch.
Play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, right? Yeah. Play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, right? Yeah. Play that funky music, white boy.
Come on.
Play that funky music, right? Yeah. Play that funky music. Come on, you better play it right. Lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die.
Play that funky music. Wild Cherry. 2.5 million copies sold. You think? Sold a lot of singles in the 1970s, boy. That was the single buying era. If you had a hit, they was buying it because shit. Single 75 cents, man. Shit. You think you couldn't sell a bunch of singles? 75 cents each, $1. Man, sell 2 million of those quick. 1 million, 500,000, 300. All right. STEM research. We are in the funk. We're in the funk lane tonight, playing nothing but funk jams. Let's get this final STEM ready. Let's close that out. Don't save that. And no, we're not saving the changes that we're making to pick up the pieces. I heard the X-rated intro of Kiss and Say Goodbye. Yeah, bro. Do yourself a favor. If you have never heard those X-rated, just go to YouTube and just type in the Manhattans X-rated versions, and they'll all come up. Like I said, they used to just do them for taverns because, man, taverns were everything. Like they talk about like this, like they talk about discos, and discos were everything, clubs and discos. But you know, I just know taverns. I know tavern culture, tavern music, like corner bars. And in the 70s and 80s, there was a bar on every. They call them corner bars because there was a bar on every corner. Like shit, the culture of Chicago, not just Milwaukee. Like they were everywhere. Corner bars were everywhere, and it's where the people in the neighborhood hung out. Like, let me go to the corner. Like we had a bar on the corner of my block that I grew up on. If I needed to go find my mother, I just walked down to the corner because that's where she was in the bar. At the bar, hey baby, fam, you coming home tonight or no? Kids just walking up. Kids walking up in a bar, bro. The good old days. All right, we are going to take a break and then we'll come back. Corner bar is still my favorite place to go, especially if they serve wings. Fam, it's the 70s we talking about. They served heavily liquored drinks and a cigarette machine in the corner. Maybe you get some darts. Maybe. It was definitely a cigarette machine in the corner. Definitely a cigarette machine. The ones where you pull the thing and and the cigarettes drop. $3 a pack. All quarters. All right. Let's take a break. We'll be back with our final STEM of the night. Fire by the Ohio Players. Stick around. Don't move. STEM research. I gotta play Joyous for you. It's one night. All right. One night on STEM research, we have got to do Joyous. And I'm just gonna play the horns with my mouth. That's what she said. Because it's a great song. I love the song. I love the song. And like, you know the song now. You know the song if you're like a regular of STEM research. Like, you know that music. And well, you might know it from Kid versus Play, or you know, my favorite, Step Off Boy, Let the Dope Girls Rock. But it's just great. Or, you know, the horn from the intro to The Break of Dawn, my favorite LL Cool J song. I think we're gonna do all Def Jam. I was thinking about in my head for the Old Man Rap Show. I was like, could I do 3 hours of Def Jam? I was like, bam, with a couple hours of prep time. Like, I have a conversation with myself. So the Old Man Rap Show is hippity hop and rappity rap from 1979 through 1995. And I do it Saturdays on this here channel from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. But the show is also broadcast on Twitch, and all the older episodes, it's on Twitch, but the episodes are, I upload the audio to my Mixcloud page. So if you want to hear the audio, that's on Mixcloud, but the actual video, the entire video is up on Twitter at Mike MFN Love. So in my mind, I'm like, could I play 3 hours of Def Jam? I was like, yeah, bro. If you start out with It's Yours and then go through the Maroon joints, I Want You, like play I Want You by LL Cool J's first love song, I Want You, the B-side of Dangerous. Like, I'll get deep like that. Look, girl, I'm not gonna some because I just don't do that. The Def Jam by Jazzy J and Russell Simmons. Beastie Groove, Rock Hard by the Beastie Boys, but not MCA and Brazuti, and not the Jimmy Spicer record. Those were trash. Original Concept. Oh, I haven't even played Knowledge Me yet. Oh my God. Like, what's wrong with me? I've done this show for 5 weeks and I have not played Knowledge Me by Original Concept. Shame on me. Like, that's such a Mike Love record. Like, that's such a record that I would play. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, cuz. Oh my God. Make some mental note to put Knowledge Me in me. I'm not even talking about Pump That Bass, because that was cool. Get a little stupid, get a little stupid and pump that bass. That's cool. Knowledge Me, which is vinyl. And again, that's why I hate rap albums in that time, 87, 88. Because like, why is Knowledge Me not on this album? Like, why did Original Concept come out with an album and Knowledge Me is not on the album? Like, what were you thinking? Before it was even sampled in Born to Roll, it was the shit. Biting My Stylie. Have you seen Davy? Okay, now we're talking. Have you seen Davy? Yeah. So, if I get a little time for prep time, this Saturday's Old Man Rap Show will be all Def Jam. All Def Jam. But, you know, within those parameters. So that's always fun. Like, can you keep it in the parameters of 79? Well, it would be 84 to 95. But that's a fun era for Def Jam. That's everything, you know? I might pull I might even pull out Walking in the Rain by Orange Juice Jones. I don't touch that coat. That's a classic. MCA and Brazuti, Drum Machine. Yes. MCA and Brazzuti. But didn't Jimmy Spicer have a record? Jimmy Spicer had it. Shout out to Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons believed in Jimmy Spicer, didn't he? God bless him. All right, let's move on to our final song of the night. Enough about Old Man Rap. Check out the Old Man Rap show on Saturdays on this here channel. Anyway, we're just chatting. The name of the show is STEM Research. If you're joining us, hi, welcome. We go through the DNA of songs. We take a song that is a popular song, like the next song we're about to do, which is Fire from Ohio Players. Mistakenly referred to as the Ohio Players, but no, it's Ohio Players. Did the Ohio State get their name from the Ohio Players? Probably not, but people tend to put the word the in front of all things Ohio. The Ohio State, the Ohio Players. Anyway, great year. 1974 was a great year for my guys. 3 albums dropped from the Ohio Players. Their very first album on Mercury Records, Skin Tight, with Jive Turkey. Great lead off. Skin Tight is one of the boom, boom, boom. Come on. Skin Tight, that's one of the great. Those guys had great intros. Great guitar and great bass intros. Then the label that they left, Westbound, as labels do when you decide to leave for greener pastures, we're going to put out an album of previously released and unreleased songs. So the Climax album dropped on Westbound with, fortunately, good thing it dropped, the Ohio Players version of What's Going On, which was popularly sampled by Pete Rock on Lots of Lovin'. So, and shout out to Pete Rock for catching that fade. That's one of the great all-time samples. We talked about that on this show. Like, you're sampling the fade out on the song? Mwah! What a great place to sample. And then this album dropped. After that, the album Fire. And that's when the number one started rolling out. And this song was number one across the board. We did love Roller Coaster last week and Fire with the girl with the fire hose and the fire hat. Man, those 70s album covers. These guys won a Grammy for album artwork. Not for this album, but for the Honey album. Because guess what? Even white guys bought that album because it went number one. They had a number one song on there, Love Roller Coaster. White people saw it and they're like, and they beat off too. So it wasn't just us. Song written and produced by the Ohio Players. It's just a funk burner. And like so many of their songs, this was one of the songs that even as a kid, I was like, did that song get faster? Like, it starts out right here. Hey, and then at the end, but it got me burning. It's like up here. And it starts out here and it's up here. Those guys just let it go in the studio. So that to me was kind of like the only similarity that they had from the Westbound years is they still were wild and they still did their thing and got it in. So let's jump into this final STEM of the night, our final funk bandit jam from this evening. Trying to vibe with Blow-Fi's covers. Mr. Mean was my favorite album cover. Fire from the Ohio Players. Dun, dun, dun. I'm sorry. I'm already excited. So I have to, I did not put it up on the screen and I did not, get my screen ready. So I got a little ahead of myself. So let's go to Logic Pro and let's pull up Fire and let's move my logo over because it's not in the right place. The hell with it. Okay. All right, here we go. Fire. That's a great, man. It's a great song. Great song, great roller skating record, great funk banger. Let's dive into it from the beginning. like number 7 in the MC 500. Whoa. Hey, MC. Gotta have some Ohio players in there. Got to. That's what Rusty does. It's just, yeah, wow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lo-Fi's album covers were just dirty. Man. They were just like they were like gutter. There was a certain level of classiness, even though they had a dominatrix. That was a bold, classy dominatrix. All right, here's the great breakdown. They switched it up. Switched it up. Recorded in Chicago, because guess what? When you're from Dayton, Ohio, Chicago is a vacation. That was a dope transition. Great listening to just the instrumental in this song. This is dope. Yep. That's the story. They let Stevie Wonder hear it, and Stevie's like, that's a hit. Stevie just heard the instrumental, just heard the track. He's like, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do on the top of that one. That's a hit. Speeding up. Oh man, just one of the coolest records ever made from Ohio players. All right, let's go to the drums. Let's go to the drums. Diamond on drums. According to Diamond, they were staying at a motel Stevie owned on Sunset Boulevard. Stevie Wonder. Diversifying in the 1970s. Oh yeah, I got a motel. Stevie's, you know? Stevie's wonderful motel. What were the amenities? What were the amenities at Stevie Wonder's hotel? Like you walk in the door and Superstition is playing. Like, oh, this is a weird place, huh? Superstition is playing? Okay. Diamond laying down a groove. Let's see how it changes up. That's dope. It switched it up. Nice electric piano. Billy Beck. Billy Beck on all things Fender Rhodes, organ, piano, harp. Beat speeding up. Rockbox and Trans Europe expressing those beats. On the street, and they had to go on the street and record a real fire engine back in those days. Like there was no pulling up, an archive of sound effects. Like let's just pull up the CD or, pull up the sound library. It's like no, that was a real fire truck. Where they recorded it, who knows? But it was a real fire truck. Can we get a fire truck? Can you stand outside with a microphone? Can you stand outside of a fire station? Yes, absolutely. Then you can get a fire. You can get a fire engine sound because that's the only way you're going to do it in 1974. Lead guitar. Bass. Bass definitely carries this record. heyday. Talked about it on Unsung. Those were not a lot of years, but man, they were popular enough to be paying for other women's living. Like I got a house with a wife, and I got a side chick with a house, or she lives in a hotel. Those that's money. It was living like African princes, like 2 wives, or 2 women. Like, come on. Solo. Buck the Devil. Lynch Mob. That's cool. That's cool. Never heard that without the drum, so, you know. All of them were millionaires with all writing credits. True. And that's something I'm not sure if I gave it up to them for. For giving everyone an equal share of the pie. The Isley Brothers did that. The Ohio Players did that. A lot of the groups did it. A lot of the groups didn't do it. I know the Police did. Oh, sorry. Sorry, here I go again. Giving Sting a hard time. Really jazzy with all of the music out and the drums. Don't really hear those electric pianos. Speeding up. They had to be signaling in the studio that we're picking up the pace. They had to be. All right, let's get into the vocals. Song's about a lady.
The way you walk and talk really sets me off to a full alarm, child. Yes, it does. The way you squeeze and tease knocks me to my knees, 'cause I'm smoking, baby. The way you sweat and curve really wrecks my nerves, and I'm so excited, child. Woo, 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 will you push,
You're gonna get your wish. Fire. What I say, child? Ow. Fire. Got me burning. Woo. Got me burning. Yeah. Got me burning. Well. Baby, says burning, baby. Burning, baby. Oh, baby. Pour some water on me. When you shake what you got, and there you got a lot. You really something, child. Yes, you are. 'Cause when you're hot, you really shoot your shot. You're dynamite, child. Yeah. Well, I can tell by your game, you're gonna start a flame, baby. I'm about to choke from the smoke. Got to tighten up my stroke. Can you feel it, girl? Yeah.
Bass and the drums go together.
Got me burning. 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 I'm on fire. Got me burning. 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 I'm on fire.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh. We'll edit there at the end.
I'm on fire. Got me burning. Got me burning. Got me burning. Got me burning. I'm on fire.
Oh, they edited that. That doesn't go like that. They like we trying to get the cold ending of all cold endings. Listen to that. Let's see what that sounds like with the music. Oh. Ohio players. O-H-I-O. Ohio. 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 Everyone needs to see the clips of them doing this live on Midnight Special in 75 where they have the blue denim outfits on. They smoked it, especially Satch. Let's send a shout out to the band because they all got credit. Diamond, Billy Beck, Marv Pierce, Rock Jones, Sugarfoot, Pee Wee, Satch, a.k.a. Ohio Players. Not to be confused with the Ohio Players. Yeah, man. So, shout out to them. Shout out to the Ohio Players and their number one song from 1974, Fire. great, like I said, 74 was a great year for the boys. They put in work. All right. I talk a lot about all of my different musical influences growing up. You know, by the 1980s, I'm all into rap music, which is why I do the Old Man Rap Show on Saturday, every Saturday, from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Central. The Old Man Rap Show playing hippity hop and rabbity rap from 1979 through 1995. This Saturday, all Def Jam. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Be a fun show, so make sure you tune in. Joyous! Okay, you already did that, bro. But one of the things that I don't talk about as much is growing up and being bussed in the 1970s and being exposed to pop music, white music, pop culture, white culture from like 73 till 79. You know, most of my coming of age years was spent at predominantly white schools. So a lot of the music that I listened to when I went back and forth, because you listen to the pop station and you listen to the R&B station. So tomorrow will be a show that is a reflection of some of those musical influences. I mean, one of the first 45s I ever bought was Dust in the Wind by Kansas. Like, that's how deep in the game I was, you know. So tomorrow we're doing 3 stems from pop groups from the 1970s. Boston, Eagles, Fleetwood Mac. All right. More Than a Feeling by Boston, which was my shit as a kid and is still the shit. And if you don't agree, that's fine. But join in anyway. Hotel California from the Eagles, which just was, I didn't even understand, and I still don't understand what that fucking song is about. They're still explaining it to me. Everybody was on dope and drugs, and that's all that matters. And Fleetwood Mac's Rhiannon, which is a great song. It's fucking Fleetwood Mac in the 70s, bro. You know how you know they put in work. They put in work. So, we have to send condolences out to the Black Godfather's wife, who was shot and killed in a home invasion. Thank you to, thank you. Who sent me that story? That was, I think Mr. Majors and the original DJ J.U. Ice. Both. Damn, the Bucks won by 2. Okay, let's see what the Bulls did. Everybody's beating the Charlotte Hornets. Anyway, let me find the story real quick so I can get her name and the whole, you dig, because that's only right. Yep. Music legend Clarence Avant's wife shot and killed in home invasion. Yeah, that's crazy. I personally think it was a hit because he's the Black Godfather, but, you know, why would you get your wife killed, right? Music legends Clarence Avant, wife Jacqueline, shot and killed during home invasion robbery. Just unfortunate. I shouldn't make slide. I'm just the slide comment king, and I shouldn't, like, fam, don't do that. Don't say condolences and then in the next breath be like, it was probably a hit. So I apologize for that. I apologize to you, the viewers, and I apologize to their family. That's a very insensitive thing to say. So, you know, every now and then my my Pisces side kicks in, where I just say whatever it is I'm thinking, and then I think about that, and I also, like a Pisces, because the Pisces is really just 2 fish swimming in a circle. So one of those fish is like, say whatever you want, and the other fish is like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? So, let's get out of here. An exclusive. When I was 16, I won $103 off V103 for identifying as backwards in the Richard Steele morning show. That's dope. $103, man. People have been saying that all day, that it was that. Yeah, I know. comment section is nowhere to go if you're trying to mourn. But we'll see. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. So either way, it's a loss because a mother was lost and a wife was lost. So we send from S.T.E.M Research, we send condolences to Clarence Avant. So whatever it was, he no longer has a wife. And if you have not seen it, and I would guess that most of the people that watch this show would have seen it, please watch The Black Godfather on Netflix. You'll get to know who she was because she's a prominent figure who was married to the man for 54 years. So shit, that means they were married 1 year less than how old I am. All right. Oh shit, Louis Vega's on. DJ Alicia. Let's raid her. All right. Oh, we got to send our thank yous. So tomorrow I show my white side. So come and today was 2/3 white. Tomorrow I go straight south side of Milwaukee. I go straight Greenfield. Milwaukee was so segregated when I was a kid. So segregated. I think Chicago is segregated. So was Milwaukee. All right, let's send our shout outs. DJ Circat, thank you. Dragoon Knight 5515, thank you. D-Town 847, thank you. Eastern 001, thank you. Go with him, thank you. KAXIPS 06, thank you. Laura Craft, thank you. MC Marcus Chapman, thank you. ML Cole 5730, thank you. Mr. Ton, thank you. Exclusive, thank you. On 3D, thank you. Poxy Tamaji Memi. People of Color ZTA ZY Tamage 22. Prior Inc. Thank you. Ray Llanos, thank you. Shaggy Nice 1911. Thank you. That dude Shaka. Thank you. Tiz Cloud, Virgo Pro, Spike Tribe Claire, thank you. We are going to raid and invade the ever popular Steve Miggity Maestro and DJ Alicia, who are tagging and teaming and on the ones and twos. Sounds like she was trying to get a divorce. The only way you leaving out of here is in a body bag. Okay, okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough for me. Who gets a divorce after 54 years? Who gets a divorce after 54 years, man? Like, I'm 31 years in and I keep telling my wife, just kill me, bro. Because that's the only way. That's the only way. At this point. All right. DJ Alicia with special guest Mortimer Snurd III, a.k.a. Steve Miggity Maestro. Let's join in on that chat. Have a good night. Stay safe. Class is dismissed. Join us on the raid. Stick around.